Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lunatic Place. I'm the Lunatic who plays these games. This one, City Skylines. We're back. Hi, did you miss me? I missed you. Oh my god. And we are here. So the last thing that we've done is we've expanded the Brightwater harbor, and we've expanded a little bit on our industries over here. Definitely decorated a bunch, added a recycling center and a bus depot. And our town, Brightwater, which now has a name, open to change it, drop me suggestions down below, is doing well, and it has its first very own bus service. Also, something I did off camera, I did a bus service for like tourism, because our hotel is dying. I don't know if it's a hostel or a motel or Brag and Roost, Brightwater Key sells lodging. Yeah, so it's a hotel, and it's a level 5, and I think it's pretty, and it's been struggling for a while. It doesn't have enough customers, so I create a bus lane that goes between, let me show you. It goes between Brightwater and West Vale, which is like all the way over here. Do you see? Do you see? That's the one. I did it because I want to attract a couple of tourists. It's a very low capacity kind of bus service. I think it just has like 5 buses, and it has pretty expensive tickets. So yeah, just, I don't know. I want to help this business over here that's been struggling for a long time. Let's see what happens. But in today's episode, bada bing bada boom, we are going to be playing an angry god. So these folks, these hobos over here, they have to go. They're not wanted. They're toxic, they're full of crime, they don't have a clinic, they don't have education, they just have to go. Look, a place is burned down, it's a proper ghetto, and I'm not about that stuff. So, we are going to be uprooting all of them. Let's do that. Yeah, I know. I'm enjoying it a little bit too much. But are they gonna disappear on their own? I don't think so. Okay. We're going to help them. Goodbye. Bye. You're not wanted here. Please move out. Yeah, no. Bye-bye. Bye. There's no space for you in my city. We're being exclusionary now. I'm gonna get cancelled. Well, I don't know if I can get cancelled. I don't think I'm a thing. So you can't get cancelled if you don't exist. Anyways, bam, bam. Okay, let's go through them real quick and catch up. And here we are. The peasants had been removed. Oh, and they're there to come back. I didn't give you permission to come back. I'm a psycho. Alright. We've done it. We've gotten rid of all of them. All of them are gone. We still have a high crime risk. Oh shit. We've just disconnected our whole town. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, right. That battery station, that was what was actually delivering electricity to our town. Let me rectify it real quick. Transformer station. I'm just gonna add it like here. It's probably gonna move at some stage. But for now, come on. There you go. Why the crime rate? I don't get it. I actually even went as far as upgrading the police station. Why the crime rate? Do we have to increase their budget? Ugh, I don't want to. What about now? Abundance of entertainment, walking distance to elementary school, unreliable mail service, high taxes, unreliable internet service, high water fees, high electricity fees. I can make it more high. I can make it higher. Oh, I don't want to be losing all that money. Okay, so we've lost our taxpayers. We'll take care of that crime situation. When we expand, the next point of our expansion is here. We have all kind of density residential demand possible. So I think I want to build some more sprawling low residential homes here. And in fact, I'm going to purchase tiles. This one, you know what? This one for good measure too. Because we need to rehouse all of these people that we've evicted, give them a much better opportunity at life, give them a much better opportunity at housing, and a better, brighter future with higher security. And at some stage, I don't know if in this episode, let's see how we do, we are going to be expanding this area here. And I think that this is going to be the kind of low income area. I would imagine that all these folks are probably gonna live here, but we're going to prioritize the rich and posh people. You know, reality. We have to follow a certain pattern. And I say it as one of those underprivileged people. No, I'm not that underprivileged in all fairness. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't matter, right? I've been very lucky and very unlucky in certain things. So, yeah, let's just lay down our road network before the cancellation crew appears. Okay, so we have diverged from the plan a little bit here. I kind of just wanted to check in because we've went off track. So it was supposed to be a lot of low residential estates, and we ended up with another town. Make that make sense? Doesn't. Here we are. Hi, if you haven't been paying attention, we've made a town. So this is it. It kind of diverges off from this roundabout here. And it's kind of like a twin to the town that we've just built. But I actually like it a lot more. I feel like my attention to detail has sort of increased in the making of this town. It kind of always happens after a long break of not playing City Skylines. Like, I'll build one thing and then the next thing will be more detailed, and then like I'll be more and more comfortable with the tools again and again. So something that I kind of started making a lot of use of is those ghost buildings. They are static ploppable zoned buildings. For example, here. So these are not actual like buildings in which Sims live. They are just like props, but thanks to a mod that we got, I can plop them in. And then like I did all these backyards kind of by myself. As you see, like there's not so much detail, but when you look from too far away, you know, it's the same. Like I added the little a little paving in the backyard. I added the wall. I added the trees and the bushes, and that's like, I leave it as it is. I think that's enough detailing for those. But it kind of allowed me to make more specific kind of blocks of houses. And like, yes, of course, in European built cities, you don't have a very defined grid system. The grid still kind of occurs, but it's less kind of uniformly shaped. Like I feel like I ended up with the most perfect grid example. I ended up with these 3 blocks here. So I tried to break it up with a little bit of cul-de-sacs. And yeah, here's what we have. So our town is kind of like, it's a continuation of this connector road that connects this national road to this national road that kind of goes off to the highway. This one is going to be connecting to whatever's going to be here. And then we're going to have more connections over here. And then like you kind of have to go through this little town to go between these 2 highways. And these towns are going to be basically like twin towns between each another. But I wanted to kind of make it self-sufficient enough, so like I knew, since this was going to be a large collection of neighborhoods, we needed a supermarket. We also had this crime problem, so I included a police station over here. And then it kind of just sprawled from there. So like I wanted to have a main street. I started plopping these mixed-use buildings. Then I started having all these little alleyways with all these buildings. And now here we are. Also, we've got a pub. Here it is. So yeah, I added another school because we had a little bit of a issue with elementary education. So like we didn't have enough capacity. I added another UK style asset over here. I added this little soccer pitch. Like this is something I kind of wanted to add in the other town, but just the slope of it didn't allow me to do that. Now the way that I've learned to use the resources, I feel like I would like to revisit a couple of blocks in Brightwater and just make it nicer. I was just not used to the assets, and you know, I was a little bit out of touch with the tools and the mods and everything, and the way that it all improved since the last time I played the game. So I'm really happy with this town. Like, I'm sure the more I build, the more I'm gonna improve. And then we have like another little like kind of like a main street situation. So like there's the post office. I included the Eastern European post office. I think it kind of fits in well here. It's sort of like downtrodden and dirty looking, but I don't think that it like sticks out as not composing into the larger whole here. So I really like it. And then we have like a couple of more mixed-use buildings here, kind of like a different main street, shall you say. And yeah, we have all these little blocks of row homes and cul-de-sacs and alleyways and all that. And then we have a little neighborhood of single family homes here, right by the park, with access to both of the roads. And now we are going to be expanding outwards with more single family house estates. But I started expanding up here with these little country roads, and I think for now I'm gonna do a couple of fields. Again, I think these fields are gonna be something similar to what we did back there, that they're gonna be just a placeholder for future development, because I do want to have a little bit of a city high density situation happening here, not anytime soon. So for now I think we can afford to include some farms so that they can start produce for us. Let's just actually check, because I haven't actually seen if yeah, okay, so I guess this is fertile enough land. I guess this one here we could do like animal farms, and then this one is fertile land. Okay, so this and this is gonna be producing crops. All right, that's fine. So yeah, we will continue on building. I just wanted to check in because I started building one thing and then I didn't like it, and I deleted roads and I built something completely different, and then like I got sucked into it, and now we're here. So I just wanted to pop right in, explain exactly what I was on, and we carry on from here. And here we are. Our neighborhood is complete. This is a big boy right here. But honestly, when I first laid down the roads, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it. And then I started putting down the houses, and I still didn't know how I felt about it. But the more I kind of like started making individual little blocks here and there, and obviously kind of sticking with the thematic of this being British inspired, so all the houses have to be the same, like in all these type of neighborhoods. I live in one of those. This is much bigger much bigger, but I've seen large estates like that in Dublin, where it's all these like estates of all the same kind of like matching houses. The only variation here, and this was just purely because of the size, so I tried to get very similar looking assets. So like we have the two variations of houses we have here is one is like this, very standard, your typical Ireland, Britain housing estates house, and then another one is like this. I was just purely because like I just was trying to fill up empty spaces with homes and try to create these little cul-de-sacs and stuff like that. But I don't think that they stick out too much. I think I think they're fine. So I just stuck to these two variations of houses, try to keep it all uniform and nice. You will see a lot of developments like that all across the Isles. You know, Ireland, Britain, you have loads of estates like that. And then I try to obviously keep in mind to keep some green spaces. So we have like our main green space over here is just like a makeshift park area, a gazebo over there. Then we have some smaller green spaces at the backs of the houses, like here. And then we've got another one over here, and I just love it. Like I love the way that the houses kind of curve around the green space. I lived briefly in Dublin in a estate like that. It was cool. And then you have like this nice green space in the middle, kind of keeping with the theme. So yeah, this is what we've got. This is what our town looks like. I think just like episode to episode, I'm getting better at it. I'm really excited to see my own progress. But yeah, I sort of got lost in it. We were supposed to just build residential estates, and we have a whole new town, which is actually kind of nice because I do want to have this sort of thematic of our city being like a collection of smaller towns joined together. Obviously, we will have a higher density downtown area. I'll have like other European inspirations here. Like I'm definitely gonna do Central Eastern Europe inspired stuff. I think even in the next episode, because we have a high density demand, so in the next episode I'm sort of thinking to focus on this space over here, and do communist blocks. My lifelong obsession in City Skylines is to build communist block estates. So I think we're gonna build that here. It's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Stay tuned. Yeah, so we've got this now. The one final step that we're gonna make before wrapping up with our before and after shots is we are going to connect the bus network. So let's do that. Okay, so we've done it. We have our bus loop. We are gonna take a little trip. Why not? And just quick, I want to check in because I created the bus loop, and I realized that I don't really have a name for the place yet. So I went to our AI friend Aria of Oprah, and I asked her for names, ideas, and she came up with Greenwood Glen, which I honestly think it's just so beautiful. So I decided to name our new town, the Greenwood Glen. And then I just relied on City Skylines 2 generations for the other estates. So like we have Bedford End, there's this little estate that I decided to turn into a gated community here, and then Hamilton Glade is this large estate that we've got here. So it's like kind of like the main low residential single family home housing estate that we've got so far. And then our bus lane goes from Hamilton Glade to the elementary school of Greenwood Glen, then through over to Main Street, and then to Brightwater, where it goes across the Keys. It doesn't go to Birdsong Heights, it just cuts right here, goes to the church, the other elementary school in Brightwater, then cuts through these estates here to high school and up again, and then it loops. I didn't make a counterclockwise loop because I figured like I think it's okay. I think just one-way loop is fine. It kind of like it covers Greenwood Glen anyways, and it covers the majority of the town. Like if you want to go the other way, you can just take the Brightwater loop, right? So I think it's fine. So we've got that going on. I will get the West Vale tourism bus line to stop in Greenwood Glen, probably here on the main street, before going into Brightwater, so that tourists can go to both towns, or that people from Greenwood Glen can also go to West Vale if they want to. So yeah, and then that's gonna be it, and we are gonna do our before and after shots now. Now that we've done that, this is our progress for today. Let's conclude the episode with a bus ride around our new bus network. Let's make it a thing. Let's do riding the bus a thing. So let's just wait for our yellow line bus to come, and we're gonna take a ride. Okay, here we are. Our yellow bus is here to take us on a ride. Let's go. That's it. That was our bus journey. Hope you enjoyed it. I think I want to fix it so that the bus doesn't end up going on the highway. See that we've got loads of taxis coming in, but I think it's just like still the people who are like moving in, they're coming with a taxi. Anyways, if you like this episode, like, subscribe, drop me a comment down below, introduce yourself, let me know that you're watching. If you want to catch me live playing other games, then I'm live most of the days or every other day. I think I'm like off twice a week and then every other. So 5 days a week I stream. Currently I play Cyberpunk and what else? I also play The Sims on the weekends. So if you're interested in that, I'm there. 6 o'clock London time most of the days. I'm alive, so come hang out with me and my friends. And thank you so much for watching. I hope I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.